Assalamualaikum. Good morning. Welcome to Zaid Ibrahim podcast. Today we have a special guest on a very interesting subject, cricket. And my guest is none other than the president of the Cricket Association, Muhammad Iqbal. Welcome, Iqbal.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Zaid, for inviting me. Yeah.
Yeah. Firstly, I must declare I'm not a cricket player. I've never played cricket. Tapi masa when I was in school, muda-muda dulu, I was in a boarding school. So boarding school ni, budak-budak Melayu pun, I was in Sekolah Tunku Abdul Rahman. A lot of these Malay boys play cricket. And that's how my interest in the game. But I've never played because I don't know why. It's too hot, I think. You have to love the sun to play cricket. So today we're gonna have a chat a bit about the sport, cricket, and also sports generally in the country and in our schools, and what we can do more to help the game. Okay, Iqbal, can you tell us? A lot of people, my viewers, pun mungkin don't know much about cricket. I know it's an old game. They say it's an old game. But from most people's perspective, it's only popular amongst British colonies, yeah? Those countries colonized by the British. Australia, India, Pakistan, West Indies, yeah? But not so in the rest of the world. So can you please explain the cricket phenomena?
Okay, Dato', I just want to quote something my father used to say. Football is not a rough game, but not played by true gentlemen. Okay. Whereas rugby is a ruffian's game played by gentlemen.
Okay.
I would like to say that cricket is a gentleman's game played by gentlemen.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
That's a good start.
So I'm just being biased. Well, cricket in Malaysia has been we are placed in a very nice place currently. I just want to start off by saying that Malaysia is now ranked at number 25. Can be better in the world.
And how many? 25 out of how many?
About 105 countries.
Okay.
Okay. So we're nice. Well, our goal is to be in the 18th spot. That's the position, that's the target that we want within the next 2-3 years. We're targeting that. And women are 26. And also we want to break the top 20 for the women. You're right that cricket is played generally was introduced by the Mat Sallehs, okay? And you know, the history of cricket is normally cricket is played in the fraternity of the elitists, those who are members of private clubs like the Royal Selangor Club, Royal Ipoh Club, Penang Sports Club.
Penang Sports Club, yeah.
All those clubs. And but now it's different, Dato'. Now we have cricket in Felda settlements, we've got some cricketers coming out from Orang Asli settlement, actually 90-95% of the current national setup are actually budak-budak Melayu. It's not that we've isolated anybody. It's just that
it's a natural.
Yeah, natural thing,
Yeah, but how many okay, let me start again. How many people play cricket? Agak-agak lah.
Agak-agak. If you talk about schools, secondary schools, I think there are 375 schools.
300 schools.
75.
Oh,
okay. Primary, believe it or not, it's 475. And in total, I think playing about close to 20,000 kids playing now. There are close to, what's the figure? There are about 2,000 schools, I think, and we are about 40% or maybe 30% there.
Okay.
So that's a lot of cricketers now.
And how many members do you have? Your association?
Oh, okay. We are bound by a constitution which allows us to have 10 EXCO members.
10 ESCO.
10 plus 2 which are sort of co-opted to be liaison members. So they are our middle person to be in communication with our affiliate members,
Okay.
which are the states.
States.
Yeah.
Okay. And how active are you?
Or we are
Because sorry to ask, because in Malaysia banyak association, some are more active than others. So I
Okay.
just want you to tell us about.
okay. So maybe I should answer you in a bit of a roundabout way. Okay. Dato', I just want to say to the world, or at least the Malaysian population, that in the ICC, which is International Cricket Council, which is our international body, they have this scorecard thing, like a report card.
A report card. Oh, okay.
Okay, and it gives you marks for areas like how many clubs, how many coaches, how many players, all those things. How many grounds you have. We are putting aside the test playing countries, which is like the Australia, England, and all that. There are 12 of them. Outside the 12, we are number 2 in the world.
Oh,
Okay.
fantastic.
I just want to say that.
Fantastic,
So
yeah.
we are number 2 to UAE, because UAE, they are just full of all the expatriates there, and they're like the center of commerce, in the Asia.
So cricket has a lot of potential in this country.
Yeah, we like I was saying that we have a lot of schools. We have about 120 or 140 clubs. Asrama Penuh is itself about 52 schools.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what else? We have 11 natural turf grounds and maybe about 30 artificial grounds in Malaysia, of which we have one certified oval ground by the ICC. So all international tournaments are held in Malaysia. So answering your question whether the EXCO is full-time, we are super active because we run like 60, 70 tournaments a year. Domestic tournaments, international tournaments about 8. Currently, as we speak, Dato', there are the ladies tournament is going on now in Malaysia. Yesterday we beat Indonesia. Today we are playing Qatar today at 1:30. The game starts at 1:30. Maybe
Okay.
Dato', you can follow me.
Yes. You will go. You will get there in time. Okay. So no, this is very interesting. Now I just want to know the schools. Naturally, not naturally, but I suspect most of the students are Malays who play cricket and Indian.
Well, we didn't plan it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. About 4 years ago, we started this program called Adiwira. Adiwira is a Malay word for what do you call that? Superheroes, like the Iron Man and that Marvel group. Okay?
Adiwira.
So Adiwira is the Malay version of the word superhero. So we created like a mascot kind of a concept. And when cricket was first introduced, the first thing you say, it's hot. It takes such a long time to finish a game.
Yeah.
It's meant for elites. It's expensive. So we solved all that with one stroke called Adiwira, because Adiwira is played using plastic bats. It costs you 60 ringgit to buy that set. Everybody gets a chance to play. Like, in the real game, when you're fielding, it takes you like half a day.
Yeah.
You're just fielding, and you have not had a chance to bat. That too, you don't know whether you'll end up batting.
Yeah.
But in this Adiwira, everybody gets to bat, everybody gets to bowl, everybody gets to field. Game finishes in about 40 minutes. It's cheap, and because it's not such a long period of time, so the heat doesn't get to you. And one of the bigger complaints, this country being a paper chase country, the Chinese and the Indians don't play cricket anymore because it takes such a long time to finish a game. But now the game has evolved. Now we have formats like they call it the T20. It'll be done in 2 hours, 50 minutes. So, it's now short and fast and furious. So people take a liking for that format. It's nice.
Good, good. Now, can you? Okay, sports, as you know, is also a career path. Huh? Kalau if you are a player, if you play football, you can be a national player. You can get good money.
Yeah.
Huh? What about cricket? Any prospect for that sort of
Okay.
for the future? You think?
I think I'm going to say it in two ways. I had in our initiative to develop the game a few years ago. We were trying to get Yayasan Selangor to be involved in our Centre of Excellence in Selangor, and the CEO just slipped my mind his name. He said that in a job interview, I personally, when I look at the CV, I only look for two things: whether he plays cricket, whether he plays rugby. I thought that was cool when he said that.
Yeah.
Because I think where the government can come in is to make people realize, to create the awareness that actually sports play a very, very big role in developing the person.
Yes.
So when you develop the person, you get it right. Like they say, you get the eye right, the world is right. So you get the person right, his sports, whatever the chosen, be it sepak takraw, cricket, football, the person will be right. I mean, and with the discipline that he develops whilst progressing in the sport, he will be a ready-made person in whichever sector that he chooses, whether it's government sector or the private sector. He will be a
because sports develop personality.
Correct. So in our
Character.
case, the other thing that I want to say, Dato, is that we realize that some of the things that in the past it becomes a challenge is that when the boy turns 17, he's got to make a decision whether to continue playing cricket or whether to drop everything and further his education. Okay. And being sportsmen, sometimes they're not all that great in the education, maybe average, above average. So you want to compete with all the others in in the public university, susah sikit lah. So we have tied up with UKM. UKM has been wonderful. I think we've got about 70.
UKM is University Kebangsaan. Yeah.
About, I think, over the last 10 years, I think we've got about 70 odd cricketers who's gone in. So at least they come out with a degree, whether it's sports science, sports psychology, whatever. And then private sector, APU has been excellent. Asia Pacific University. HELP has come on board. I think HELP, we've got 3. We're talking about if you're a national player or under 19 player, at least, national under 19, you will get a full scholarship from APU and HELP. And there's another group now called ICMS, also have come on board. We tried to get Deakin University and Curtin University. These were the 2 universities abroad which was a bit we're still in this discussion stage. And yes, next week we are signing an MOU with UITM also for national players to get in.
Oh,
so
UITM. They have a lot of students.
They have a lot of students, and in all states.
That's
the beauty about having a relationship or a partnership with UITM. So all our state players, their education tak teruk sangat. At least they get to do I mean, even if it was diploma in hotel catering or something, it gives them an opportunity to go out there and be competitive in the working force.
And what about Sabah Sarawak? Is there any interest in the game?
Sabah has always been there from all these years, even during my playing days.
Okay.
One of the.
Are you any good?
Me. I used to play for the country.
Oh, sorry. No wonder you become president.
No, that was not the way it was planned out.
Oh,
I'm what you call a reluctant performer.
Okay.
Okay.
So you play for the country. You're good.
I used to open the batting and I was quite good. No, I'm just joking.
You're a batsman?
Both. I was an all-rounder.
All-rounder?
Batsman and an off-spinner, yes.
Oh.
And my teammate is my good friend Asghari Stevens, anak pada Tun Fuad Stevens, because we were talking about Sabah. So Sabah used to be a very strong team, very
but
strong.
not now.
you got to create a sort of a sustainable ecosystem. So once that's up, year in year out, you'll be producing players. So we're trying to get states like Sabah and Sarawak, because they are quite apart from Semenanjung. So funds wise and support kurang sikit lah, because we need to shuttle up and down. And Sarawak, because Sukma is in Sarawak next year, they've got some funds in, and they're building a brand new cricket stadium
In Sarawak.
in Kuching.
Okay, Iqbal. We'll take a short break. We'll come back with more questions for you
Thank you.
after this short break.
All right.
Thank you.